totally unplayable because of the bad controls. The PS1 games were made with the arrow in mind, so with tank controls and the light they feel good to play. Just boot up MGS1 or any of the Resident Evil or Silent Hill games and see for yourself. But the PSP lacks this, even being made years later, so you don't have the good controls of the PS2. Your games aren't well made like the PS1. Most of it is BT or trash, and only turn-based games are playable, but you could play those games everywhere else. Hell, you could go to Steam and play most of the games, or a better version of the games anyway. For example, let's take Final Fantasy. Very simple combat system, some of the music is good, graphics are good, the story is fast. But Final Fantasy 1 has bad stuff, really bad stuff. The game just curb stomps you in less than 5 minutes after you leave the first area. For example, this happened in less than 10 minutes of me playing the game. Random battles are absolute trash. The game doesn't explain stuff very well. You don't know where or who to speak to. The game just lets you in the world and say, hey buddy, just go around. And if you get curb stomped by an enemy, well, that's just your problem. Then in Final Fantasy 2 we have better graphics, but there is a lot of good scenes because they really like to let the game talk and talk and talk. A difference of the first game that you just start playing. The same problems apply than before. Then Final Fantasy 4 is absolute cringe. So I do not recommend the PSP. In fact, it's absolute trash. Sony will fix most of the mistakes with the PSP, that mainly the lack of a signal stick to control the camera, which is absolute trash, and absolutely you have no excuse because you could make good games with good camera work just the PS1, or just give me a signal stick to control the camera. Controlling the camera with buttons, there is no excuse to do that. But because of the lacks of the soul units in Call of Duty of all the games, they abandoned the console to focus on the PS4. A shame really. Plus the problem of the memory cards being proprietary just killed the PS Vita. Extensive storage, no games being made, abandoned by the company, Sony just didn't stand a chance. What a shame.
What a shame. He was a good man. What a rotten way to die.
Triangle and square buttons to change views. To change your settings, use the start button to open the menu. Not enough room, huh? There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice? Select a target and squeeze off a round or two. Press
Aya.
ねえねえ、何ブツブツ言ってるの？おかり、ねえってば。
death becomes you.
Round one. Fight!
This brat just won't wake up. Well, if that's the case, there's only one thing left to do.
What fool dares awaken me, the great Lahore?
Huh? Hey, come back!
Near the equator from the looks of it. If I had to guess, I'd say South America.
You got it, Big Boss. The San Geronimo Peninsula, to be exact. Known to the locals as La Peninsula de los Muertos, the Peninsula of the Dead. It's off the coast of central Colombia, more or less directly south of Cuba.
Never heard of it.
You wouldn't have. It doesn't show up on any conventional maps. It's under Red Army control.